the session. So hello, and I'll share my YouTube channel. So hello everyone, welcome to this session on Python. This is a series of Python sessions that I'm going to conduct, and then my intention is to conduct many more sessions once we are done with Python. Then we will go for machine learning, some codes in machine learning and theory of machine learning, and then deep learning, and uh, until you have learned something which can, give you a job. And there are various jobs that you can apply for. One of them is Python developer. Then you can also apply for data analyst, machine learning engineer, data scientist, and few more. So it's a long journey that we are going to travel together. And yes, so welcome, and let's start. Now, these are some of the important data types in Python: list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So I'm just going to revise list and tuple, and then we are going to go into the details of set and dictionary. And after that, we will go into for loop. So there is, how many of you have done any sort of programming language before? Uh, yes. Okay. Good. Yes. So going for the list. So list looks like this, So yeah, good. Let me first tell you how you can practice your coding. Okay. So you go to Google and search for Google Colab. Google Colab. You search for it, and then here you will find this Google Colab link. So sometimes people ask me this question: do they have to install something? Not really. You don't have to install anything. You just have to go to Google Colab and create a new notebook in the drive. Okay, so Google Colab is a free tool that is provided by Google to us for practicing mostly Python codes. There might be other language, but Python can be easily practiced here. You just have to create a new IPython notebook. So this ipynb is generally the extension of these files, and you can write down simple codes here. For example, 4 plus 3, and when you run this, so you click on this and run this, it will give you the answer. It takes some time for the first question. So this thing, you want to add more code, just give it like this. Okay, 4 into 3, so the star indicates into, right? So every time, and you can also run the code with shift enter. Okay, so 8 divided by 3, if I press shift enter, it runs the code and it gives you the answer, right? So Google Colab is very useful, and all of you can use it to practice the code that we learn here. Now about the list, this is the first data type in Python. And how does it look like? So see, at the bottom you can see my list is equal to, and then in square bracket you have apple, banana, cherry. These are the 3 elements inside it. So the syntax is, it will be like in a square bracket, and then every element is separated by a comma. And it can hold an ordered collection of items. So the items are ordered. So the first item, second item, third item, and they have indexes as well. And they are mutable. That means you can change the elements from the list. And then they are heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means there can be different types of elements in the list. Let me show you an example. So let's say list. I'm creating this list, and list is equal to, in square bracket, I'm giving some elements. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that, right? So square bracket means it's a list, and then there are elements inside it which are separated by comma. So that's a list. So if you want to display the list, it looks like this. How do you know that it's a list? You can simply check it by giving type in bracket list. If you run this, it will tell you that it's a list, right? How to access this? So if you want to access the first element, the indexes are like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I give list and then square bracket 0, it will give me the first element of the list, which is 10. If I give list, if I give, let's say, 2 here, what do you think is the result? What do you think will be the result for this? Just put it in the chat. If you know the answer, put it in the chat. If I give list of 2, what do you think will be the result? Please answer in the chat. Yes, yes. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So this 0 means 10, 1 means 20, and 2 means 30. So if I run this, it will give me 30. There is negative indexing, so 50 has got. So let me just go to this diagram and it will be clear. Yeah, so if you look here, this is a list and these are the elements. If you check the indexes, the first element has got index of 0, second hand has got index of 1. So that's how indexing starts from 0 to 18 and goes up to 18. And the negative indexing starts from the last. So the last element has got index of -1, and the first, then -2, -3, and the first element is -19. So in this list that you see on the display right now, what if I want to display my list of 10? What will be the result? Put it in the chat, please. My list of 10, what will be the result? My list of 10. In this list, if I give, on the left hand side there are questions 1, 2, 3. The second question is my list of 10. What do you think will be the answer? Yes, so 10 is the index of which element? Element 9, right? So it will be the answer. What will be the output of my list of -6? What will be the answer? My list of -6. Put it in the chat. My list of -6. Yes, right. So the element at index -6 is 24, and that's why the answer will be 24. I'm going into very basics and very elementary, but there are few people who are very new to coding, and that's why I have to cover this. Then next is tuple. Now there are few differences in list and tuple. First difference is list is enclosed in a square bracket, whereas tuple is enclosed in a round bracket, right? Is in a round bracket. That's the first. Second is tuple is not mutable. That means it's not changeable. Once you have created a tuple, you cannot change it. Okay, two things. So what was the first difference I said? Can you put it in the chat? The first difference was about, and please pay total attention. Like, please give me your 100% attention, because next session we are going to go into advanced topics, not these topics. Yes. So the first difference is the list is enclosed in a square bracket, whereas tuple is enclosed in a round bracket. Second difference is list is changeable, whereas tuple is not changeable, right? So you see this. Let me give you an example of tuple. So I can give the same example. T is equal to, in round bracket I can give any elements, any numbers, anything here: 10, 20, 30, 60, 12.5, like this. So it's a tuple. How can you confirm that it's a tuple? You check the type of it. What is the type of it? What is the type? It's tuple, right? And how do you access the element? So if I give T of 2, what do you think will be the display? T of 2 will be 30. Yes, because first element is index 0, second element is index 1, third element is index 2. So T of 2 is 30. So that's tuple. Now this is sets in Python, and let me tell you a few things about sets. So sets are used to store multiple atoms in a single variable, and these sets are not ordered, these sets are not indexed. Sets are created inside the curly bracket, and you cannot change the atoms in the set, but you can add new atoms. I'll repeat it and then I will demonstrate it. First, it can be used to store multiple atoms. Second, it is not ordered. See, list is ordered because list has index 0, index 1, index 2. Set do not have index, so it is not ordered. Second is list is inside square bracket, whereas set is in a curly bracket. And third is you cannot change the atoms, but you can add new atoms. And another important thing is it do not allow duplicate values. See, it is written here, it do not allow duplicate values, right? So that is set. So let me give you an example of set, and from there you can understand. So I'm pasting this set here. My set equals to, and like I said, the atoms are enclosed in a curly bracket, and then inside that every atom is separated by a comma. And if you run this code, then you get this my set. Now how can you confirm that it's a set? Just always use the type statement to check the data type of the variable, right? So it tells you that it's a set, right? What else can I do with the set? So if I want to print this, give the print statement, print and my set. Okay, print and my set. If I run this, I get this. Can you please tell me what is your observation here? What just happened? We have created this set and this is what we have got. What is your observation here? I'm keeping an eye on the chat and I want everyone to answer, please. Okay, so you're saying double quotes. Yeah, so elements have to be given. Yeah, I mean it uses single quotes at the output, but we can give here, you can give double quotes as well as single quotes. There is no problem, right? They can be used interchangeably. Aruna says it prints everything. Does it print everything? Yes. Rosa says only printed non-repeated variables. Exactly, very good observation. So you can see here the apple has appeared twice, but in the result it has given it only once. That means, like I said, it do not allow duplicate values. It do not allow duplicate values. So if you give duplicates, it will not take duplicates. It will only take one value from the duplicates. Can't have duplicates. So apple is only twice. Every element is unique. Yes, perfect. Yeah, very good observation. Right. Another thing, okay. So moving ahead, let's say I want to check if I have apple in my set or not, right? So I can give print apple in my set. It is like asking whether it has apple in the set or not. Okay, if I run this, it gives me true. Why? Because there is apple in my set. That's why it is giving true. But if I give some other statement, let's say print blueberry in my set, what do you think will be the result here? Is a set case sensitive if you used apple? Yes, it is case sensitive. Yes. So it will consider them separately. Apple with a capital and apple with a small, they are separate, and so it will not remove the duplicates. Yes. What do you think will be the result here for this statement? Print blueberry in my set. Please post it your answer in the chat. False, false, false. Exactly. Why? Because blueberry is not present in the set. That's why it will give false. Correct. Then if you want to add new elements to it, you can simply do it like this. Okay. So my set add, and then I'm giving orange. So it will add that element orange, and then again I'm printing the my set, so it looks like this. Right. You can add more elements if you want. So initially we had 3 elements. Now we have added a 4th element, so it looks like this. Right. And if you want to remove some element, then you can remove also. So if you give my set dot remove banana, and now if you display, see, now here it had these many elements, but now it has got only these elements because banana is removed, and the function that we used to remove an element is remove. If you want to add an element, there is add. If you want to remove an element, there is remove. Right? Then, is it necessary to give apples and bananas and any string there? No. It can be a combination of so many different things. So this is the second set. First was my set. This is my set 2. This is my set 2. And it has got an apple and banana and cherry, and it has got a variable set true. This is called a Boolean variable. Try to remember this word, Boolean. Yeah, that's a very good question. Will it add or add always at the first location? And Mrisho is saying, so add for set is similar to append for a list. Yes, very much similar, but not exactly similar, and I'll tell you why. So my set, if you run this, can you tell me what is your observation here? This is the set that it has displayed. What is your observation? What just happened? You see? Yes, values have been reordered. That means it do not preserve the sequence of the elements. You cannot preserve the sequence. There is no guarantee that the sequence is preserved, right? And that's why it is called unordered, a set collection which is unordered and unindexed. That means in list we have list of 0, list of 1, list of 2. We have index for the list. Here there are no index and there is no order. So there is no guarantee that you will get the same order that you have given, and it will not allow duplicates, right? And that's the answer of your is there a reason why 1 has been resolved but 2 is displayed? 1 has been resolved. Okay, yeah. Let us display this. Okay. Yeah, why that happened? Any guesses why this 1 is not taken while 2 is taken? Yes, Maru is right. Exactly. 1 and 2 are same, almost same. 1 is considered as true in most of the programming languages, and because 1 and 2 are same, it is considered as duplicate, and then it will remove it. And that's why, yes, Aruna is also right. Exactly. And the question that was that question, append, yeah. So Risho asked whether add and append is same. They are same in a way that you can add a new element to it, but they are not exactly like list, because when you use append in list, the element is added at the end of the list. But here there is no guarantee that it will be added at the end of the list. And that is why append and yes, as is 0 is false. Yes, 0 is false. Have you understood what is the difference between add and append? Append adds the element at the end of the list, while add function for set do not guarantee that it will be added at the end of the list, at the end of the set, right? So that was about, here's everything. Yeah. If you want to find what is the length of the set, I want to find the length of my set. The function is len. Len is the length of the name of the function. So what do you think will be the answer for this one? Yes, there are 5 elements in the set, and that's why it shows that the length is 5. Can we specify where new atom is added in the set? No, we can't. There is no. There is no way. So there is no order in the set. So you cannot specify, I want to add it at the third element or fifth element, or no. There is no order, and that's not possible. Yes, in a list you can. In a list you definitely can, but not in a set, right? Yes. Another set I am giving is this. So from a string you can create a set, okay? And this is a set function that can be used. So you either use a curly bracket or you use a set function. And if you run this, this is third set, right? So print my set 3. And what happened? Can you tell me what happened? Again, your observations. And I want everyone to participate, please. Everyone to participate. If someone is not understanding, not getting what I'm saying, please tell me so. You can unmute. If you want me to repeat something, I will repeat that. We don't want anyone to lag behind. Yes, all unique. All unique. So duplicates. This is abracadabra. A lot of repetitions here. A has been repeated so many times, but it has taken A only once. D has been taken only once. B has been taken only once. And in the original string, the sequence is different. But here the sequence has changed. A appeared at the very start in the string, but now here A has gone in the second position. That means there are two things. One is it has not allowed any duplicates. Second, the sequence is not maintained. The sequence is shuffled. This is not ordered. This is unordered. So this is about set. I think okay, right. So set is done. Okay, set is done. Any question about set so far? Each character in the text is considered as its own. Yes. How do you make Colab show you those pop-ups with the function documentation? You are saying the autocomplete, right? The generating code. This is actually a new feature in Colab that they show you. They try to autocomplete your code, generate code. Yeah. Yes. Any question in set? If you have understood set properly, please say yes in the chat, and then I will move ahead. How many people do we have? Yes, we have 21 people in the session, so I'm expecting 21 yeses. I hope everyone has understood. Perfect. Now moving on to dictionary. Dictionary is a very interesting concept in Python, and you know what we are learning today is if you are ever going to work with as a Python developer or as a data analyst or as a data scientist, you are definitely going to use list, tuple, sets, and dictionary very frequently. So it's very important to understand this. Now talking about dictionaries, okay? So dictionaries, again, please pay attention to what I'm saying. It's very important. Dictionaries are used to store the data, and they are stored in key and value pair. So there is always key and a value. That is the first thing. Second, it's an ordered data type. So there are various versions of Python. So in the old version of Python, dictionary was not ordered, but now dictionary is ordered. So if you have given a certain sequence of elements, then it is almost a guarantee that they will remain in that same sequence. They are changeable, but they do not allow duplicates. Okay. Then it can contain different data types. So it can have integer, float, characters, string. It can have anything, right? Dictionaries are given by curly brackets, but they are quite different from sets. Okay. And I have given this example here. You know, if you think about a car as an entity, and if I ask you, it seems you are. I'm recording the session. Don't worry. Yeah. So if you think about a car, then if I ask you what is the brand of the car, then it is Ford. If I ask you what is the model, it's Mustang. What is the year? 1964. So these are the three characteristics of a car, and then their values. So the value characteristic is brand, value is Ford. So brand is actually a key there, and Ford is the value. Model is the key, Mustang is the value. Year is the key, 1964 is the value. And that is how it is created. And just look at the syntax of it. This dict is the name of the dictionary. Then equal to is assignment. And the dictionary is enclosed in a curly bracket. In a curly bracket, right? And then the key values are separated by colon. So brand colon Ford, model colon Mustang, year colon 1964. And because brand, Ford, model, everything is string, so they are enclosed in double quotes. Every time you give a string, it is enclosed in double quotes. But 1964 is a number, so it do not have to be enclosed in a string, right? And then these key value pairs are separated by comma. Brand Ford, comma, model Mustang, comma, year 1964. So they are separated by comma. So key and value are separated by colon, but key and value pairs are separated by comma, right? So very simple syntax. And there's something called as JSON. So if you any one of you know JSON, what is JSON? So yes, a dictionary can be multidimensional array. It can be multidimensional. Not, it cannot really be called array, but it can be multidimensional. And by multidimensional, I can say nested dictionary. So a dictionary within a dictionary, but that will be little complicated for this beginner session, so I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, so JSON is JavaScript object notation, and if you know what is JSON, then you will know that the syntax of JSON is also very similar. Curly brackets, key values separated by colon, right? But if you don't know, don't worry about it, right? So this is just an example. For example, if I'm in a class and I have, let's say, 3 students in my class, and Harry has got 70 marks in a certain subject, Barry has got 80, and Larry has got 90. How can I make a dictionary of it? So I have to give some name. I can give any name. Marks dictionary, right? Equal to, and then whole thing is enclosed in a curly bracket. Now Harry is the key, 70 is the value. Barry is the key, 80 is the value. That's why Harry colon 70, Barry colon 80, Larry colon 90. And Barry, Harry, Larry are strings, so they are enclosed in double quotes. Key and value are separated by colon. Key value pairs are separated by comma, right? So this is just an example of a dictionary. I'm giving you another example here. Let's say, let's talk about, let's say it's a movie, right? So if I ask you about a movie, you suggest me a title for a movie, like, so the title can be Inception. It was a really good movie, and it's my favorite. So title is Inception. So title is the key, Inception is the value. Director is the key, Nolan is the value. Year is the key, 2010 is the value. Genre is the key, sci-fi is the value, right? So that's how it's a dictionary which gives information about a movie. The previous one was a dictionary which gives information about uh, students and their marks. So can you think of any more examples of dictionary? Can you think of any more examples? Like I have given first example was students and marks, second was movie and its attributes, movie characteristic and its attributes. Can you think of any more examples? Can you just put it in the chat? Just imagine some examples of dictionary. Books. So what can be the characteristics in a book? Book title, right? Then name of the writer, then year it was published, and genre, of course. Yeah. Number of pages will be the key, and value will be, let's say, 350 pages, something like that. Any other examples? Oh, there are new people joining. Phones and their models. Amazing, right? So yeah, so key is phone and models can be the value. Store product and prices. That's very good example. So if you go to Sainsbury, you have so many products. You can create a dictionary. Banana, its value. Pear, its value. I don't know. So many products. Yes, yes. So yeah, good examples. Good examples. Let's go into the code of dictionary. Let's try to get some code for the dictionary. So this is again, I am giving the same example here. um, this is the dictionary. Let me just tell you again the syntax. This is the name of the dictionary. This is assignment equal to, the whole thing is enclosed in a curly bracket, and then here this is the key. So brand is the key, and then colon is separating the key and the value, and Ford is the value, right? And then second key value, this is the first key value pair, second key value pair, and the third key value pair, and every key value pair is separated by a comma. So if I execute this, it will give this dictionary. And if I want to confirm what is the type of this variable, it is definitely a dictionary. Now I want to know what is the brand of the car we are talking about. So what I can simply do is name of the dictionary, right? And then in round bracket I give the brand, double quote brand, and it tells me that the brand is Ford, right? Now I want to find out what is the year of that car, right? So again, this ticked. Okay, it is giving me suggestion, but I want to know the brand of it. Oh, year, right? I wanted to know the year of it, right? So this is how it is. And of course you cannot make any mistake in the spelling, because if you make a mistake something like this, it will definitely be an error, because you are making a mistake. It doesn't know what is that, right? So you cannot make a mistake in the spelling, right? So this is how, if you ask for the, if you ask the key, it will give you value, right? It will, if you provide it the key, it will give you value, right? Then if you want to know what is the length of this dictionary, if you want to know the length of this dictionary, what do you think will be the answer here? There are 3 key value pairs in the dictionary. That's why the length is 3. Okay, skin, product and brand. That's a good example. Yes. Dictionary of car having brand, model, year, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Right. We can do that. Yes. So the length is 3. And so if I want to find out what are, oh, your call ends in 15 minutes. If the call ends in 15 minutes, I'm going to join again. Please don't leave. Okay. This thing here. Oh, it's throwing me off. Okay. So the keys in this dictionary are brand, model, and year. Brand, model, and year are the keys. If I want to get all the keys in one place, how can I do that? Is there a way I can get all the keys from this dictionary? Yes. So this dict dot key keys is the function. If I use this keys function, it gives me all the keys, brand, model, year. Similarly, if I want to get all the values in the dictionary, it will give me values. Values is the function, it will give me all the values. See, brand is Ford, we have four, so brand is Ford, model is Mustang, and year is 1964. So this syntax gives me all the keys in the dictionary. This syntax gives me all the values in the dictionary, right? I think that's it. This dictionary is very simple. Right, so just to repeat, dictionary, going back here, now it will make more sense to you. Okay, so the dictionaries are used to store data values in key value pairs. Key values, right? A dictionary is collection of ordered, changeable. You can change the elements in the dictionary. It is ordered: first element, second element, third element. It do not allow duplicates. So you cannot give duplicate keys. You cannot give duplicate keys in the dictionary, right? Then that's it. The whole thing is closed in a curly bracket. Key values are separated by colon. Key values pairs are separated by comma. Okay, so that's dictionary. Any questions in dictionary? Any questions in dictionary? Have you understood what is dictionary? Please let me know. Please say yes if dictionaries are clear to you. Yeah, okay, perfect. Perfect. Right, right. Now we are moving ahead, and now we are going into little advanced stuff, which is the statements, conditional statements. There is something called as if else. You can use if else in dictionary, right? So moving ahead, this was dictionary. Yes. Now it is important to understand these conditional operators in Python. Equal, equals to, not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. Okay, just to demonstrate this, let me say, if I want to print something, let's say I give print and I give 5 equals to 5. Is this true that 5 is equal to 5? Yes, and so it will give true. Okay, but if I say print 5 equals to 10, is it true that 5 equals to 10? No, so it will give a false, right? Remember this, it's not just equal to, it is equals to, right? So if you want to check a condition, it is equals to, right? Then there is not equal to operator. There is not equal to. Let's say print not is indicated by this exclamation mark. 5 not equal to 10. Is this true that 5 is not equal to 10? Yes, it is true. So it will give true, right? So remember, this syntax is not equals to. Exclamation and equal to is not equals to, right? So these are the operators: equal, equals to, not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, right? These are the operators. Now we can go a little further and see this if statement. So if I have a variable, say a, which is equal to 34, b, which is equal to 210, and then do you think it will allow me how to change value? Okay, we have more, and I'll tell you later. Yeah. Do you think it will allow me to join again the call? I hope so. Okay. So b is greater than a, right? So is this true that b is greater than a? Yes. And so if you run this, it will say b is greater than a, right? Then I am running the same code, but this time there is a slight difference there, and let's see what I get. I get an error. What do you think is the reason of the error? What do you think is the reason of the error? Please put your answer. Yes, indentation. See, there is a space here. Can you see this? There is a space here. There is a tab here. So if, then colon, and then the statement is given after an indentation. So there is a tab here, right? So this tab you have to give, otherwise it will give an error. So inside the if statement, it is not considered part of if statement if you don't give a tab or a space there, right? So see this, print hello 1, right? And now I am giving it out of this, print hello 2. Okay, see, I have given an indentation for the first statement, I have given indentation for the second statement, but I have not given indentation for the third statement. Now let me show you what happens. B is greater than A, this is printed, hello 1 is printed, hello 2 is also printed, right? Now I'm changing the condition. B is less than A. So we can see that B is greater than A. So this condition is obviously not true, right? So if I run this statement, then this code, what happened? Only the code in outside the if is executed, but the code inside it is not executed. That means if you give indentation, every statement you give indentation, that code is considered inside if, but if you don't give indentation, it is considered outside if, right? So if I ask you what is the body of the if statement, till the point where you have indentation is the body of the if statement, otherwise it's outside the if statement, right? And of course, if the statement if the condition is not true, it will not execute the code inside if. Okay, now moving little further, I can show you this if else. Okay, so if the marks are 84 and there is a if condition, if marks are greater than or equal to 40, else if marks are greater than or equal to 40, you are pass, else if marks otherwise, you are fail. So if I run this code, it shows you are pass, but instead of 85, if I give 35 and then run this code, it will say you are fail. Okay, so again you can see that there is indentation here and there's indentation here, and if you don't give indentation, it's an error, right? So after if statement you have to give some indentation, after else statement you have to give some indentation. Indentation simply means a tab, tab on your keyboard. Okay, and just try to understand this syntax. This is a variable marks whose value is 35 at the moment, if space, and then this is the condition. This is the condition. We want to check whether marks are greater than or equal to 40, and then colon, and then the body of the if statement, then else, and then the print statement. So this is the body of the else statement. So else colon, right? So there is a colon after if, there is a colon after else, and then inside we have the statements, the body of if, right? What will happen if I give 40 here? Any answer? Any guesses? Please put your answer in the chat. What will happen if I give marks equal to 40? Yes, you pass, because we have given marks greater than or equal to 40. So it is pass, right? Exactly. I'm giving next example for if. So there is if, there is else, and there is something called as elif, which means else if. Okay, now have a look at the code and try to understand it. What does the code do? Just I'm giving you a few seconds to just have a look at the code and then try to understand it. Yes, so marks are 85, and then the first if statement will check whether the marks are greater than 90. If the marks are greater than 90, it will say the grade is A plus. Else, if the marks are greater than 80 or equal to 80, it will say grade A. Else, if it is less than greater than 70, then grade B. Else, greater than 60, grade C. And if it is less than 60, then it will say F, grade F, right? So we are creating some brackets here, right? If it is greater than 90, there is no question, no need to go ahead. But if it is less than 90, then next we check if greater than 80. If it is less than 80, then next we check greater than 70, then greater than 60. And then if it is none of this, if this is not true, this is not true, this is not true, this is not true, then the last statement will be executed for else. So when none of the condition is true, else is executed. If one of the condition is true, then only that statement will be executed and it will stop, right? So if I run this, it gives grade A because our marks are greater than 80, so this condition is true. Here if I give 95, then the answer will be grade A plus. Exactly, you're right, Deepak. If I give here 65, what do you think will be the answer? Greater than. This is not true, this is not true, this is not true, but this is true. So it will give grade C. Exactly. Sorry, oh, what happened? Grade, oh, I give 55. Sorry, it should have been 65 and then it is grade C, right? So that is LCF. There is something more that I want to show you, but then I am not sure whether this Google Meet will allow me to join again. So I'm telling you something more important, and then I'll come back to the for loop. And the next session we conduct will be YouTube live. So hopefully we will not have a limitation on time there. It will be YouTube live. Okay, this is okay. So after this session is over, I want to stay connected with you and those who are really interested in making a career either in Python or as a data analyst or data scientist. You want to please stay connected with me. That's my email. There is a LinkedIn, that's my LinkedIn there, and we also have a WhatsApp group. So if you want to join that WhatsApp group, then please do so that we can stay connected and I can answer your queries there. So I'm putting this in the chat, the link of the WhatsApp group. The link of the WhatsApp group I'm putting in the chat. Oh, something went wrong again. Something went wrong. Okay, I am putting this link in the chat. This is the link for WhatsApp group. If you want to connect with me over LinkedIn, then this is my LinkedIn. I have put it in the chat, and if you maybe you will lose the links after the meeting, so try to copy it somewhere with you. And if you want to email me, then this is my email address. Yeah, the session is almost, or it's going off now. Yeah, under in a minute, right? So I don't know, I'll try to join again, but if not, please connect me over the WhatsApp group and we can take it from there. All right, I think this is okay. Oh, I wanted to cover one more topic, but this is over now. Anyway, yes, thank you so much. Hope you have understood everything, and maybe we can. Perfect, thank you so much. So we have covered in short list tuple, then we covered set in details, we covered dictionary in details, and then we learned if else, if elif else, and maybe in the next section we will go for loop and while loop, and maybe within 1 or 2 sessions Python will be over.